We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all the subscribers, welcome back. I'll ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. Helps out the YouTube channel and lets me know you appreciate the time and effort I put into making these videos. Now in this video, I'm going to share with you guys why this is one of the top stocks set to possibly squeeze even further or squeeze again at these current levels, or if it pulls back, what levels to watch based off of data and the technicals in the charts. But before we look at it, I want to share with you guys the home run of the day and the stocks I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular. It wasn't as you would expect it to be. Stocks don't go up in a straight line, and this is why timing and execution is everything. But the stocks I mentioned this morning, we're going to take a look at them. And if this is something that interests you and you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So I mentioned GSAT, IDEX, ATER, and ROOT. I mentioned this one since the fives. This has already gone up nearly 50% plus since I mentioned it. IDEX was the worst performer, giving 3 to 5% jumps, and ATER gave 10% plus opportunity, and the home run of the day was GSAT. We're going to look at the chart here in a moment. So you can see here, right, how I mentioned it in the pre-market. It went up nearly 10% plus and pulled back, okay? This is where timing and execution is everything, and this is where 42 Vision, which you can gain access to as well. It's one of the tier levels. It's the highest tier level you'll gain access to for now here in the Patreon. Gets you access to the Discord, gets you access to the weekly watch list, and gets you access to the 42 Vision that works on all time frames, crypto, forex, commodities, and stocks. And this is something that you can be part of as well, right? So with 42 Vision, you're able to see based off specific levels where there's weakness and where there's strength. Now this gave multiple runs of 3 to 5%, 5 to 10% on the way down. And with 42 Vision, you can see the weakness, you can see the strength. But when that reversal really kicked in, it gave so far a highest point of 20% plus. And you can see that shift there based off specific levels, the candlesticks showing momentum and strength, just like how it was here in the pre-market. So you gain access to all of it, right? The community, the 42 Vision indicator, and also the whole entire list of stocks that we watch daily and weekly, guys. If this is something that interests you, you're more than welcome to join us. I invite you to join us, and we look forward to having you join us. So let's go ahead and check out these charts. So BBIG is a stock that I didn't mention this morning because it's a stock I already talked about over the weekend. I talked about it on Friday, and I had stated and given all the information already about it. So it wasn't really a stock I was looking at to add to the watch list because everyone already knew about it. The whole entire members group was discussing about it, and how it was acting in the pre-market was looking like an opportunity. It had jumped up nearly 30% since I talked about it in the aftermarket hours way back here on Friday. Today jumped up to $10 almost, pulled back down to $7.60, and from that point forward, it was in an uptrend, hitting a high here of $10, and that was the 52-week range. And I stated in the last video how I was using, right, the previous history in the chart as a measurement to see how far up it could go. And very interesting enough, it reached a little bit above those highs here of 937 by a few cents, and then it started to bring itself down. That's where the rejection started. So this stock was a huge candidate for a short squeeze because of the short interest, which we're going to look at in just a moment, and also the technicals were setting up with potential, and stocks don't tend to close on a Friday after market hours in an uptrend, right? And it actually went to continue it. And with 42 Vision, which you can gain access to as well over at the Discord and Patreon, you'll gain access to it in the tier level 42 Vision. It gives you the Discord access and Patreon access. You could see the momentum in the stock, right? You can see when things started to pick up and have momentum. And this is the 30-minute time frame, okay? If we change it to different time frames, it will show you different things. But right here on the 30-minute, based off of how we analyze the charts here in the channel, you could see that this pullback here hasn't really transitioned into red, right? It wants to go into red because it keeps on pushing downwards. If it does transition to red, it would do something like this, right? The red on the outside, dark green transitioning to red. It hasn't done that here, right? Still showing strength. Now, if we go ahead and put it on the 15-minute, we might see a little bit more volatility, right? Transition, pull back up, transition, okay? On a more microscopic level, you could see that, but you could still see how that momentum did not change from Friday to today. And this is where the real strength lies. And then you go ahead and put it back to 30-minute. You can see that things are still with some strength. It hasn't transitioned, and the reason being is because it's holding itself up and it hasn't gone towards oversold area, and there's still some type of volume of inflow happening in this pullback. It's still something to monitor and watch, but with 42 vision, you can see things from a whole new perspective. Now, here you're seeing things pulling back, and what are we going to watch for, and what is the short float as of today? Well, here we have it, and it's still 50%, okay? 50% 0.68. So this is pretty big. It's closer to 51, and the short float has not changed. I'm going to be watching for this to go lower, which means that some of the shorts have started to cover, okay? As of right now, it is still 50%, almost 51%. The stock is pulling back, and it's moved big, okay? It's moved from way down here near $3 and $2 range, from down here to here. That's why I circled it like that, from these lows down here to up here, about $2 and some change to almost $3, and then all the way up to $10 up here, and currently sitting still well above these lows down here, nearly 2x from it. So shorts eventually will have to cover if the bulls can hold this up. If the bears actually start to dominate and continue to pull this lower, well, we have some key levels to watch. The first thing is the low of the day, 649. If that gets broken through, the next point of reference I would watch is down here, 476, or I would even round that up to $5 to watch and see how this is reacting within those areas. If the bulls are trying to reappear and bring it back up, or if the bears are tearing this one down fairly fast. Super important to be aware of that and pay close attention to those levels. Now, if momentum is starting to push to the upside, one of the highest points in this sideways action is 797. I'll just round that up to $8. That would be a key level for this to push up higher and reach newer highs. And then $10 is the obvious highest point that we've seen in the 52-week range and in this squeeze or potential squeeze that has happened. Because even though we haven't seen shorts start to cover, I'm sure that some covering started here. If not, the shorts are very bold, and they're allowing the bulls to actually look like they have power, and the shorts are still there, bringing them down if the bulls get shaken. So it's going to be important, because if this can hold itself up or create a channel here of not going much lower or too crazy to the upside or to the downside, but stay within this area, that goes to show that the bulls are going to eventually force an even higher possible squeeze or potential to the upside, because shorts will be forced to cover if they haven't already. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.